It brings more stuff out. People say that, using a wall pedal can be a crutch, and yeah, yeah, it can be, and I'm certainly guilty of that. I'll admit it, but only because I just love it so much. But the main reason I use it is because it inspires me, and then it's like instant inspiration. And it doesn't matter if my amp's up to 10 or my amp's up to 3, have a clean sound, dirty sound or whatever. The fact that I could step on that thing and all of a sudden I'm in a different tonal spectrum. It's great. It forces my brain to fill in that change. My first real guitar was a
Yeah, so you kind of get a sense of it there. But yeah, the question I wanted to ask today is Kirk Hammett of Metallica actually an INFP? I started watching this video. This is a video put on by Gibson Guitars. And they only have 3 right now, I think. But anyways, it's a very good interview. I definitely recommend it. INFP or whatnot, or music fan, metal fan, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just Kirk Hammett's definitely a bona fide musician. So even if you're just a musician, I definitely recommend checking this out. But anyways, as I was watching this, the first couple of minutes, I was like, whoa, like my INFP radar was going off. I was getting really strong vibes. That he was really strong, like INFP vibes. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I never would have guessed Kirk to be an INFP. I started listening to Metallica in '88, roughly. A little bit before then, but when "And Justice for All" came out, which I believe is probably their best album, most people would probably agree with that. Some might say the Black Album, but it's definitely "And Justice for All." But anyways, throughout the years, I don't know. Like, my music has been all over the map, up until now. And I guess when I started watching this video here, I guess I realized, like, I just really hadn't got to know Kirk personally, through his videos. Like, even before YouTube, for example, like, he kept a very low profile. You would hear and see things with James Hetfield a lot, and Lars. Those were the people that were, I think, getting the interviews the most. But anyways, just to get to the the clips here of Kirk, I guess I just never expected him to be an INFP, or just kind of like the way he is. But let me just go to I did kind of note some timestamps here. Yeah, actually, there's another clip here. Let's go right. And my other computer is been broke for a while, so I have to do this kind of very lo-fi way on my work laptop. But check this out.
which was nothing like the music that I was hearing in the house. I gravitated toward his record collection because of the album covers. I was only about 4 or 5 years old, and so the visual aspect of the album covers really attracted me to them, and I can vividly remember those album covers because they're album covers that everyone knows today. Like, Are You Experienced? The first Jethro Tull album, the first Grateful Dead album, Quicksilver Messenger Service, even Black Sabbath Paranoid, and so.
Oh, I just realized that was the wrong one. My bad. It was over here. Check it out. Okay, here we go.
The expectations of that, but I'm not gonna let it affect the outcome of my own musicality. I started playing guitar because I have a real curiosity for music and how music works, and I also have emotions and feelings in me that even to this day that need to get out. What's important is to make music that reflects your inner self and is honestly not anything that's been done before. And it's difficult.
Wing forward.
But it's a challenge that I like because I can wake up every day to that challenge. It gets me out of bed and it gets me to walking over to my instrument and going, what can I squeeze out of this thing now that's different, that no one else has heard ever before? Looking back now, I play guitar for...
Oops. Yeah, so this is such a lo-fi video. I apologize. I wish I had my other computer so I can do at least some minimum editing here. But anyways, that's really interesting. Like, you really see he's a feeler for sure in that last clip. But I got two more here. Is this it? Yeah, let's try it here.
That at some point, after listening to a lot of rock radio, that I liked loud, fast drums,
Yeah.
distorted guitar, power chords, riffs, and I just realized just recently that when I came to that decision, I was maybe 15 or 16 years old. I went to school and people were talking about these three guys I'd never heard of before: Pink Floyd, Jethro Tull, and Led Zeppelin. I'm like, who are those guys? That's how naive I was. I remember just slowly getting into it, and then starting to listen to rock radio, and in the late 70s, rock radio really progressed and started getting just harder and harder until like around 1978, 1979. They were playing all sorts of hard rock, Aerosmith, Cheap Trick, AC/DC, Foreigner, Patrick, all that stuff was on the radio, and it was great, and I really could relate to what I was hearing, but it wasn't quite enough. It wasn't like
Right here.
fulfilling this feeling in my chest and in my gut. And then I heard UFO. It had to be like 1978,
Yeah, just that little clip there
1979.
where
And all of a sudden I heard something that was what I was looking for. Which
talking
was,
about feeling it in his gut, that just kind of resonated with me as someone, obviously he's kind of NF, to say the least, but probably INFP. And then the last one is, oh boy, yeah, right here.
the feeling that it was special.
Everything in life is
course.
a negotiation.
Dude, I need a
When
new
you cross the
computer so I can
street
edit
is a
this.
negotiation. Getting
Horrible.
Special started to hit me, and I remember I got a lump in my throat. And that lump started showing up on a regular basis. Every time I'd show up at rehearsal and it came time to play another song, I'd get this lump in my throat. I was like, wow, I'm physically reacting to this song on a subconscious level. That's what that tells me, because I'm just working on, the logistics of the song, but something inside of me is being affected too from an emotional sort of standpoint. Same thing happened when we were working on Sanitarium. I was just like, lump in my throat again. Orion was the middle part of Sanitarium.
Yeah, that's the gist of it. But that's pretty crazy. I feel the same way. I'll just, like, for me personally, I think music is highly emotional. I think for me, I think it probably is for most INFPs. We can just really kind of get in to deeper levels of the emotions of the song. I don't know, that sounds horrendous, but anyways, I do recommend the whole video. It's just, Gibson icons, Kirk Hammett, Metallica. Check it out. I really enjoyed it. And you can just go into the comments, and you'll see that so many people just had no idea also that he was just kind of this soft-spoken, chill, emotional dude. But it's really cool. But I'll leave it there with Kirk, but I did want to mention I am reading this book right now. It's called Reclaiming Conversation, The Power of Talk in a Digital Age. It's so good. I'm probably going to do a full video once I finish the book, but it's a pretty hefty book, actually. But basically it talks about our need to start putting down our smartphones and screens in general and start talking more, because the effects I think are being felt by everyone at this point. But I do recommend the book. So good. And she's a professor at MIT, so she's definitely qualified and authoritative on this subject. But I think it's something INFPs need to, it's something that we can lead with, we can lead on, so to speak. So I've kind of started in my family. It's been a huge battle with me, and restricting the phones with my kids and my wife. And right now my wife is probably the biggest perpetrator. But ever since I really started going to war against this smartphone addiction, my own and my kids, I've noticed different results, I should say, right away. But I'm going to do a full video on reclaiming conversation, and hopefully, like I said, I have a new computer by then, so I can actually do some even basic video edits. So apologize for the lo-fi quality here, but anyways, have a great day. I'll see you next time.